My guest today is Richard Rawlings, who established Gas Monkey Garage in 2004 with the goal of being a world-renowned hot rod shop. Then in 2012, Richard and Gas Monkey Garage became the focus of Discovery Channel's Fast and Loud. And Gas Monkey Garage has a fan base of more than 19 million followers. And following the success of Fast and Loud, Gas Monkey Garage is now a robust licensing business across 11 categories and 26 licensees, both domestic and international. Today, Richard Rawlings is here to not only discuss all things Gas Monkey, but to reveal a brand new project he is building in Dallas, Texas. So ladies and gentlemen, gearheads and grease monkeys, I introduce to you the bigger, the better, the badder, the most popular gearhead on television today, the one and the only Richard Rawlings. Welcome to the show.
What's happening? How you doing today?
Man, I'm doing great. Well, tell us about this big news you've got going in Dallas, Texas.
You know, we were breaking ground on a new 40,000 square foot facility. It's literally only about a mile as the crow flies from Gas Monkey Garage, where we do all the work and all the filming. And, you know, it's just a really cool event space that we're building. It's live music, outdoor, indoor stages, green space, of course, killer food and cold beer, and you know, just really celebrating all that is Gas Monkey. And you know, it brings a space here in Dallas that's close to Gas Monkey Garage that, you know, people come from all over the world to visit the garage, and we wanted to give them a space to have a good time and a good burger and a cold beer.
Well, is this going to be the first of several Gas Monkey locations planned for Texas and across the country?
Absolutely. We're in a growth mode right now. A lot of major expansion going on. We are in talks with a couple of different developers and developments in Las Vegas. We're talking to a couple of developers in Orlando. Pretty much anywhere that is a tourism spot, Gas Monkey is going to fit real well because we're in over 100 countries and translated into 20 languages, and we have such a vast following all over the world that you know, I'm going to probably follow that route for the next 4 to 5 years. And, you know, just drop some fun Gas Monkey music and food venues in some cool cities and towns and countries, for that matter. We're going to expand all the way around the world.
Well, what part of Dallas, Texas are you placing the first one?
Well, this isn't our first one. We closed the one that's been open for about 7.5 years. We took the opportunity to go ahead and let that one go while we build the brand new one that is at 635 and Luna Road at a new development called Mercer Crossing. So we've got not only huge highway frontage, but we're right there on the major east-west track across the north of Dallas, Texas. And we've got water, we've got green space, we've got walking trails, tons of things going on in that area. And it's really, really cool to be a part of RHC and get this thing built. It's being built with a lot of input from me, which you know, I'm very particular about. I want everybody to have a good time. I always want people to have a view of the stage. I want people to have an area to get back and be in the green space, you know, dog friendly, all that kind of stuff.
Well, did the pandemic have anything to do with closing Gas Monkey Live because none of the bands could actually tour?
Gas Monkey Live, yes. Gas Monkey Live definitely had the pandemic is what caused us to have to shut that down because they weren't touring. And then, you know, across the street, we had our main restaurant location, and it was just time to do bigger, better, badder. So, you know, I had an opportunity to get out of that one, and I did that. And now we're building a much badder, bigger location that's going to bring in some class acts and live music and good times, but also be there for lunch and dinners. It's a growing area of Dallas. And, you know, we're going to have the locals as much as the tourism, probably 50-50.
Well, let me ask you this, because with the great success of Fast and Loud, how did you expand that and wanting to go into the restaurant business and even the entertainment business, you know, with live music?
Well, it was always part of the plan. When I developed Gas Monkey Garage, it was to build a brand that expanded into all the areas that is automotive, motorcycle lifestyle. And that includes everything from bars and restaurants to tequila to energy drinks to, you know, live music to, I mean, if you think about it, no matter what genre of car or motorcycles or anything you're into, that includes almost all the other genre, whether it's jewelry or jeans or tennis shoes or how you dress. It really is a universal language, and that's kind of the secret of Gas Monkey and Fast and Loud, as opposed to a few of the other shows that are out there that are very popular in the United States, but they don't transfer very well into other countries. Everybody everywhere, no matter what country you're in, automobiles and motorcycles are a core sense of the community, and they all have their own little cliques and clubs, and it's just cool to be a part of it on a worldwide basis.
Well, back in 2012, when Fast and Loud debuted on the Discovery Channel, how long after that you were absolutely amazed by the popularity of the show, and when did people start showing up at the first shop wanting to buy T-shirts and merch?
Well, they already were before we opened. I started Gas Monkey in 2004, so we were already on the car show circuits and running across all of America for years and years, showing our wares, building cars, selling our shirts and stuff like that. But the TV show definitely kicked us over the edge, and they were showing up. I've still got the swag van right out here in front that we used to actually sell shirts out of, and now we've got a 5,000 square foot merchandise store that's located here. So we went from a little bitty van to a giant store.
Well, I was on your website the other day, and is that the same swag van that's actually up for sale now?
I don't know if we put that up for sale or not. I think,
or was it the four-wheel drive Chevrolet that had the big Gas Monkey decal on it?
Up for sale, but we just finished our first giveaway sweepstakes, and we just picked the winner, and they're coming here tomorrow. And for every dollar you were to spend at either the store here or online, you got an entry into a drawing. We drew the name. The guy's coming tomorrow. We're going to be announcing it, and he gets to come into the shop over in what we call Monkey Trap, where I keep my personal collection, and take any car he wants. So, and I can't say no. So it's going to be pretty cool. And we'll be launching the second campaign like that sometime in November.
Wow. Now, I know that when you broke ground on this amazing new venue coming to Dallas, Texas, you didn't use a shovel. So exactly what did you use to break ground?
Well, my Mustang's been with me for a long time, and it's got some off-road tires and kind of lifted. It's a replica of the Thomas Crown Affair Mustang from Pierce Brosnan's movie. And I didn't have a shovel, so I figured I'd just tear up some dirt with some tires and do it the Gas Monkey way.
Well, let me ask you this about Fast and Loud. How has your life changed with all the success?
Well, we had 4 shows at one time on Discovery. We had Fast and Loud, Demolition Theater, Misfit Garage, and Garage Rehab. We've made over 380 something episodes of television in 8 years, which is a phenomenal amount. It's a lot. And so we had a good run there. We're not with Discovery anymore. We live in the internet. We're just able to gain more traction and more viewers and more eyeballs than even Discovery could on a Monday night prime time. So we used COVID as a good opportunity to get away from that. And now that we're able to do what we really want to do without all of the, rules and regulations of being with a large network, we're growing leaps and bounds, and we're seeing a lot of followers every day, just more and more. It's pretty wild. So that's all on our YouTube channel and Facebook and Instagram and all that under Gas Monkey Garage.
Well, was it a little scary to walk away from being with a major network like Discovery? And then, I know a lot of others are thinking about doing the same thing, and others have. So was it a difficult changeover for you?
It was the absolute best thing I ever did in my entire life. I would love to go into why, but let's just say that I was very happy the day I got out of that.
Wow. Well, I guess it's great when it begins, but as time goes on and the success continues to grow, I'm sure things kind of pop up now and then when it comes to network television.
It can be difficult. It's a very hard thing to do. I get a lot of guys and gals call me all the time because they're being pitched to do a show, and I kind of consult them through it and tell them the goods and the bad, and they got to make their decision. But, I wouldn't be here without Discovery, so I got to thank them for that time. But I am really, really looking forward to the growth trajectory that we have Gas Monkey on now that we're not constrained as much as we were.
Well, let me ask you this. What are some of your favorite builds that you've done? Because mine, I love that Hot Wheels Corvette that you guys did. That thing is absolutely stunning, and it's almost like you're waiting for King Kong to just grab the top of it and play with it like a full-size Hot Wheels. But that thing is stunning.
It really is. That was probably one of my favorite builds because I grew up playing with Hot Wheels, and for Hot Wheels to challenge us to build a car that they would deem worthy or not of being a Hot Wheel was pretty cool. And so it was that one, our Ford GT that we built, and then we've built over 180 some odd cars in 8 years. I mean, that is a lot of cars. To put that into perspective, most shops in the custom shops in their entire lifetime only build 20 or 30 cars. So to turn out that many cars in such a short time is a major accomplishment. And, hats off to my crew. I think that one of the best crews in car building out there in the world.
Now, and you have customers that come in from all over the world just to have you build a car for them.
Absolutely. But, we're very selective about that because we never build the same thing twice if we can keep from it. And we always want to be cutting edge and on what's going on in the marketplace today. So we have a lot of customers that inquire, and we only take a few.
Wow. Now, let me ask you this, because I've always kind of wondered this, because when I watch your show, when you go to buy a classic car, do the owners want to jack up the price when they know it's Richard Rawlings coming to look at it?
They do. It's really 50-50. Sometimes they just want me to have it because they know we're going to do something cool with it. And so they're just anything to, they want to be fair, and they want me to have the car. Other times, they do. They're like, well, it's Richard. I'm going to ask $20,000 more, but I'm not going to pay that over price for it. I mean, I know what it's worth. I'm willing to give a fair deal. And if it works, it works. If not, I've learned that there's always another one around the corner.
So do you think that some of the auction shows, when we watch Mecum, we watch Barrett Jackson, do you think that's kind of caused some of these owners of their cars to think that their classic car in the garage is worth more than it really is?
Absolutely, because they see a car sell, and I've had them tell me all the time, well, I saw one on one of the big auctions and it sold for $100,000. And I'm like, yeah, but yours is yellow and it's a four-door, okay? It's a little bit different. So they can get big dreams and big ideas on what they see out there. But, a lot of times their car isn't in the caliber of what they saw sell. And it's hard to convince them of that. So I just have to work it through. Each deal is different. There's a lot of sentimental reasons for wanting to keep the car, not wanting to sell it. There's all kinds of things that I have to work through to try to get the deal done.
Did you ever have any sellers that sold you a car that was very sentimental to them and then give you a call to try to buy it back?
I don't know if I've had that exactly, but they have called and said, well, I sold that car too cheap, or what did you do with it? And, or they find out I sold it and, they're like, well, I'm like, look, it's a car deal. That's what we do. We try to make the best deal. I'm not out there to knock anybody's head off or grind them down to the lowest dollar. I'm out there to try to make some fair deals. I'm a for-profit business, and if I can buy it for X and the seller's happy and I can sell it to someone else and the buyer's happy, perfect.
Well, are there any particular builds that you have done that you wish you didn't do?
Oh, yeah. There was quite a few. The Rambler station wagon was one. There was I think we did a Volkswagen Shorty bus. There's a few that we did just because we thought they were funny, but they weren't really practical cars.
Yeah, I'm a Ferrari guy, so when you did the famous F40, did that one want to cause you to pull your hair out?
A little bit. The car was mangled really badly on all four corners, and we took that thing all the way down to the frame, and then we brought it all the way back up. So it was really very cool to do that. Ferrari said it couldn't be done. And then they said if it could be done, it'd have to go to Italy and it was going to take 3 years. And we did it in 33 days, maybe 34 days. It was better. It was leaner. It was meaner. It was more weight dynamic to all four corners. It was faster. Everything about what we did to that car was better than when it came out of the factory. And we got a lot of grief from the Ferrari guys. And then finally Forza wrote it up in their magazine and said, hey, judge it yourself, but I've seen it in person and it's a mean dude.
Well, yeah, I mean, nowadays we're seeing multi-million dollars hypercars that are being fully customized beyond what came from the factory. So, yeah, I'm a Ferrari guy and I can be a purist, but I'm usually a purist on cars before 1984 because the 512 Berlina Boxer is one of my favorites. But with the F40, I know guys in Europe that have customized those things almost close to what you did and even changed the color. And that's considered blasphemy in the Ferrari world.
It is. Our car is known as the Dark Horse, and it's traded hands 3 or 4 times now, and each time the price is going up a little bit. So we're real proud of that car, and it was a good group of guys that all got together and got that thing built that fast.
Well, I want to ask you a question because my friends and I always have this discussion, and you're the guy to ask. So I'm a big fan of the original Cannonball Run, not the movie, the actual cross-country illegal coast-to-coast road race. So
Correct.
I know that you and Dennis broke the original record back in 2007 in a Ferrari Maranello with extra fuel cells. And ladies and gentlemen, Richard and Dennis did this in 31 hours, 59 minutes, breaking the record. Now, Richard, do you acknowledge the records that were set last year? And is there an actual official route for those who dare to try it?
There's no official route and there's no official rules. People try it all the time. And as far as the records that have been set of the last few years, that's fine with me. I mean, in 2007, Dennis and I broke a record that had hung since 1979. And, I think it's great as long as they do it safely and what have you. The roads have been a little less populated because of COVID, but it doesn't bother me. I mean, I did it. It was a part of my history, and I got the tattoo to prove it, and that's it. So more power to them. I think we're getting dangerously close to getting it done in 24 hours. The problem with that is that's getting pretty dangerous on the roads too. I mean, when we did it, we averaged 87.6 miles an hour, which is what Hondas drive now on the freeway here in Dallas. When you start averaging 100, 105, 110, that's going to get a little bit too much dangerous. But there's nowhere out and there's no rules.
Well, let me ask you this. If this is a big if you were to ever do that again, what car would you choose today?
I'd probably choose a Ferrari. I might even run the exact same car. I know that there's ways to do it without stopping for gas. You're gonna gain an hour there, but you also have to keep so much speed now that I don't think I would ever do it again personally. And I don't think that people should be trying to beat 26, 25 hours. That's just a little bit too dangerous out there. I would encourage them not to.
Yeah. And ladies and gentlemen, we're not asking you to jump in your car, start off in New York or Connecticut, and make it to Santa Monica Pier in 30 hours. That's not what we're saying, but this has been done.
Pier is wrong. Santa Monica Pier is wrong. The end is Redondo Beach Inn, the Redondo Beach Hotel, and the reason Pier is because it's straight shot. The difference between Santa Monica Pier and Redondo Beach can sometimes be over an hour. But when they were doing it back in the day, it was the Redondo Beach Inn, and that I think is more of a gentleman's rule. If you want to run coast to coast, who cares? You want to run Cannonball, it's from Manhattan to Redondo Beach.
All right. Well, you've heard it from the man. Now let me ask you this: What about you and maybe Elon Musk doing it together in a Tesla and set the record in an EV?
I don't know. How do you keep it charged that long? These things that are good for 200-300 miles, that's not going to do very well on the time frame.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering if solar panels should be mounted to the roof, but I'm always trying to figure out with this whole EV craze. With the EV craze, let's talk about that for a second. Does this change the future of hot rodding?
I think it could. I think that there's a couple of things going on in the hot rodding world. One, there is the ability now to get these full chassis built from a number of chassis manufacturers that come ready for the motor, ready for the training, already have the brakes and lines and fuel cells and built to exact specifications to where you can build a much safer, better built hot rod quicker with more power and better braking, etc. And then with the electronics part of it, if you get into EV hot rods, which they're doing them with Austin Martins, Jaguars, Range Rovers, you name it. I think that that's a cool way to go about it. But to me, it's always going to be internal combustion motors, and if they try to outlaw those, then I think we need to set some certain dynamite sticks to make California fall into the ocean. Whatever we need to do, but don't take our cars away.
Yeah, I know that certain European cities are banning combustion engines. I know California is starting to go down that road. And California, we always look at California as being the birthplace of a lot of hot rods and custom cars. But Texas, there's you and others here in the state that are big hot rod builders. And so is that a worry about the EVs from the local governments?
I think they can live coexisting with no problem. We just need to be smart about it. And the hot rods of today and even yesterday are works of art. They're a style. They're a sense of freedom and individuality. And I think that if your freedom and individuality says you want to build one that's electric, build one that's electric. I don't care. I'm still going to have a fire-breathing monster that scares women and children. So that's what I like.
Oh yeah, I owned a 1970 Olds Cutlass SX convertible with a 455 for 24 years.
Very
And
cool.
that nothing like horsepower and nothing like a big block at the same time. And right now, what is your favorite car?
I'm fortunate that I have a bunch of cars over there. So, today I drove, what did I drive in this day? Oh, I drove my 599 in this morning. But I don't really have a favorite car. I like them all. And I just, I pick which one I want to drive that day. And that's what we do.
Well, what else would you like to accomplish beyond your TV show and the new restaurant entertainment venue?
I'd like to see Gas Monkey continue to thrive and build into other more and more restaurants, and our spirits company to really take off. Our apparel company is doing really good. We've got licenses all over the world, and every day I get to come in, I get to do what I love, and I get to build a company. I get to employ people, and that is really what I like. I like the pressure of knowing that I have to do what I got to do to make sure that the people that work for me can provide for their families. So that's what gets me up in the morning. I slam some coffee and come in with a smile.
Hey, there you go. And and this is for you, Richard, because my coffee cup says starter fluid on it. That's how I start my day. It's caffeine all the way. And so again, when is the debut opening for this brand new venue in Dallas, Texas?
We're aiming for summer of 22, and we should make it. We got a little supply chain problems right now with building materials, but hopefully that'll smooth out. And I think we'll get there, and we'll have a big hell of a party for opening, and invite everybody down.
Hey, I'm looking forward to it, and I know that when you open, we plan on being there. And Richard, thank you so much for your time today.
Absolutely. Thank you guys, and have a good day.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you need to check out Richard Rawlings. You need to go to YouTube. You need to go to Gas Monkey. Go online. All the information is there. Hey, and like I tell all of my fans out there watching the show, especially when it comes to recording artists, but when it comes to hot rods, buy the merch, get the t-shirt, and be part of the community. So again, thank you, Richard, for coming on to the program. And when that venue opens up, ladies and gentlemen, be there or be square, as they say back in the 50s. So if you show up, do a 1956 Cadillac Eldorado. How about that? So stay tuned. We'll be right back after this.